Whether we're aware of it or not, the mental images that our clients and athletes that we coach carry and create, both positive and negative, have a direct impact on their physical and mental performance. And when you begin to coach the skill set of mental imagery and meditation, you're going to notice that your clients are better able to stay calm under pressure, focus on the present moment task, rather than getting caught up in the past or the future. You're also going to increase the chances of success that they got because you're giving them one of the best tools that they can use to increase confidence and preparation that none of your coaching competition is using because they don't have a simple process for meditation and mental imagery. In my coach's certification course and my 30-day athletes program, I give you the exact mental imagery and meditation scripts that I use, and this alone makes both of those courses worth it. Because when you factor in how often you can use these scripts with your clients and athletes, it's going to be a tremendous difference maker for you. Now, in this video, I want to share with you some simple strategies around meditation and mental imagery that you can start to use right now, today, with your clients and your athletes, or if you're an athlete, using them yourself for enhanced preparation, enhanced confidence building, and enhanced present moment focus. Let's go. Everything happens twice, first in your mind, then in reality. I'm at Louisiana State University in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. I'm down there with the Ole Miss baseball team and their great coach, Mike Bianco. We're getting ready to square off against the Tigers in a 3-game series. The winner wins the Western Division of the Southeastern Conference. Happened to be the weekend that they were dedicating the field at Alex Box Stadium at Louisiana State University to their 5-time national championship winning coach and former athletic director, Skip Burtman. Now, Skip and Coach Bianco had worked together at LSU. Skip coached Mike when he was a player there. And I had the privilege of sitting down with Skip Burtman during the first game and interviewing him for a podcast. One of the things that stood out to me, he said, "Brian, when I came here on an interview, when I was at the University of Miami as an assistant coach and I sat at this stadium, I sat in this very dugout. He said, I looked out at this field and this stadium and this complex, and I had a vision of everything I wanted to do. And I made a list of over 100 things I was going to do. And if you check out the SEC Story documentary about Coach Burtman called Hold the Rope, you'll actually see the yellow list that he's referring to in the story. He said, I made a list of everything I wanted to do, from having a live tiger, Mike the Tiger, here on campus for people to see, to having a concession stand that the coffee was this temperature, to having the Intimidator scoreboard down the right field line, to the playground down the left field line that has this net over it so no foul balls will hit the kids or the parents as they're playing, but they can still see the game. The guy was a visionary. Remember, everything happens twice, first in your mind, then in reality. Also remember that without a vision, the people will perish. And Skip Burtman looked at me and he said, and today, this weekend, the last thing on that list gets crossed off as they were dedicating the field to Skip Burtman. See, we've all been there before. They call it deja vu, right? Something that you've seen in your mind happens in reality. Well, that's mental imagery at play. Now, it's not Disneyland. If you visualize yourself dunking a basketball, but you never practice jumping, and you never go attempt to dunk a basketball, it's probably not going to happen the first time. But when you visualize and you put work with the visualization in, right? When you put in the physical work, because work wins, and you add visualization, mental imagery, as an enhanced preparation tool, as a way to increase confidence, you're positioning yourself to have the best chance for success. As Skip Burtman said, everything happens twice. And when you listen to athletes talk, they'll often say how they've imagined this happening. You listen to Conor McGregor talk, he mentions a lot how he would imagine the knockout of Jose Aldo in 13 seconds in their UFC title fight. You listen to Bob Tewksbury, or you read his great book, 90% Mental. Bob, who was a over 10-year Major League Baseball pitcher. He's worked as the mental performance coach with the Giants, the Cubs, the Red Sox. He's one of the top in the field. He would say before every pitch as a Major League Baseball pitcher, he would say the pitch he wanted him to throw, and he would see the pitch going where he wanted it to go. And a lot of athletes do this. They just don't know they're doing mental imagery. When I worked with Team USA Bowling, the top bowlers in the United States of America, both men and women's teams, they would always stand there with the ball at the lane, and they would visualize the path of the ball that they wanted to roll before they would start their process and working towards the line to roll the ball at the pins. You see, A lot of high-level performers have understood and found out that imagery is effective. Just like the Blue Angels, the Navy fighter pilots that do all the aerial shows. One of the things that they'll do as part of their preparation process is, we know separation is in preparation. They'll take aerial photographs of the place that they're going to fly over, and they'll go through and they will map out kind of their checkpoints, and they'll look at the picture, and the person who does the cadence, right, the boss of those 6 planes when they go fly, will repeat a cadence in a conference room, and you'll see the pilots in there closing their eyes, almost like they're moving the controller in the plane that flies the plane. And you'll see them, some of them eyes open, some of them eyes closed, some using their hands, some not, going through and getting mental reps. If you ever get a chance, here's a little pro tip. At the United States Naval Academy, the Blue Angels will fly on the day of graduation. If you're there the day before, you can see them doing their practice flights. It's tremendous. An example from football: former Oklahoma quarterback, current Cleveland Browns quarterback, Heisman Trophy winner Baker Mayfield. When he transferred from Texas Tech to Oklahoma, couldn't play his first year. So what he would do is he would sneak into the stadium there in Norman. He'd have the wristband that had the play sheet on it, what they were going to play, what plays they would call, and he wasn't going to be able to play in the game. So what would he do? He'd be in the stadium by himself getting mental reps. He'd be looking at the sideline, imagine a play being called in, he'd look at his wristband, he'd call the play out loud, he'd imagine catching a snap, taking a couple steps back, going boom, there's my 1 receiver, boom, there's my 2, there's my 3, and he would go up and down the field every 5 yards, mentally playing the game. You know who does the same thing? Drew Brees. You know who does the same thing? Peyton Manning. Look, separation is in preparation, and mental imagery is one of the absolute best mental preparation tools that you can use with your clients and athletes as a coach, and you yourself use as an athlete. We talked a lot about mental imagery and a lot of different training and drills that you can do. Let's talk about meditation. And my favorite meditation technique is simply called the 6-2-8 breath. And if you take your focus and awareness that we talked about now in Pillar 3, and you bring it to what I call your triangle of awareness, the spot between the tip of your nose and the corners of your mouth. And if you stand or you sit, wherever you're watching this video, and you close your eyes, just inhale for a count of 6, hold for 2, and then exhale for 8. Start with 3 6-2-8 breaths a day. Work into 4, work into 5. Challenge yourself to see how long you can stay on that 6-2-8 breath with your awareness in that triangle. And then when your mind drifts, as it will, bring it back. Every time you bring it back, it's like hitting the bench for your mental game. Every time you bring it back, that's the goal of meditation, to recognize when I drift and bring it back. Right? The goal is not to be so quiet with your mind and so present that you never get distracted. The goal is when you get distracted, you bring it back. Remember, success is not hocus pocus magic. It's focus, refocus. And the more you can refocus, and the more you do the 6-2-8 meditation, you will expand your ability to focus. You will expand your capacity to have awareness of when you drift and bring it back, and you will be able to better tap into the present moment. And remember, the greatest gift that you can give to your athletic performance as a coach, as an athlete, is to be in the present. Now, I want to help you to learn how to be in the present. I want to send you meditations and mental imagery audios that you can use specific for your sport. So if you're a coach or an athlete, below this video, you're going to see where you can join my email list. Put your email there, self-segment yourself by determining what sports or what content you're going to be into, so I can send you my best content specific for you to help you close the gap from where you are to where you want to be, and together we can dominate the day.